Right now, you might be the most talented trader in your group chat. You can read price action, you can predict direction, you take entries that make people say, yo, that was clean. But then you do that one thing that ruins it all. You start moving your stop loss, you take an extra boredom trade, you try to make back your losses in one massive reckless shot. If this sounds like you, listen to me carefully. Funded trading does not just test your strategy, it tests your character, it tests your patience, your emotional control, and your ability to take a punch to the face without hitting the self sabotage button. If you have ever failed a funded challenge, you already know the truth. One bad day didn't kill your account. Your reaction to that bad day killed your account. Welcome to Market Success. Today, we are going to fix the mindset that is keeping you stuck in the cycle of failing challenges. We don't make trading look sexy here, we make it make sense. So let's dive in. Act 1: The owner versus the gambler. A successful funded trader thinks like a business owner. A failing trader thinks like a gambler. Beginners gamble with their patience, they gamble with their ego. They trade because they need to feel something. They trade to escape their boring lives. A funded professional, they don't trade to feel powerful, they trade to get paid. Here is the biggest mindset mistake you are making right now. You think the goal is to win trades. It's not. The goal is to follow your rules. The goal is to protect your capital. The goal is to survive long enough to actually see a payout next month. If that sounds boring to you, good. Profitable trading is boring. It should feel like watching a paint dry. It's like a professional athlete running the exact same drill 1,000 times. The trader who needs excitement and adrenaline is the trader who will eventually break. Act 2: The pressure cooker. Funded trading is the most psychological violence version of trading. Why? When you start a challenge, you are dreaming of the freedom. You are imagining posting that I passed email. We are dreaming of the respect. But at the exact same time, you are terrified of the rules. The max daily drawdown, the consistency rule, the fear that one stupid mistake will ruin everything. Under that kind of pressure, your true personality comes out. If you are deeply insecure, it will show. If you are impatient, it will show. Funded trading doesn't teach you discipline. It exposes your lack of it on a public stage. A lot of people don't actually want to do the work of a funded trader. They just want the screenshots. They want the label, but they don't want the boring days where you sit on your hands and do absolutely nothing. Act 3: The clean loss test. There is a specific moment that separates the adults from the kids in this game. It's the moment you take a clean loss, a loss that you planned for, a loss where your execution was perfect. You followed your rules entirely, but the market just didn't give you the win. When that happens, your brain will whisper something incredibly dangerous. If I just make it back real quick, I will be fine. I can't end the day in the red. Let me just take one more. That tiny whisper has ruined more funded accounts than bad strategies ever will. You have to become the type of person who hears that voice and treats it like a radio playing in the background. You don't argue with it, you don't negotiate, you just ignore it. If that hits close to home, share this video with a trader friend who needs to hear it. Because everyone is fighting this battle, but almost no one wants to admit it. Act 4: Two type of traders. I want you to picture with me a trader. A trader that watches all the YouTube content. He knows what a good setup looks like. That trader starts his challenge strong. He follows the rules for 3 days. He gets super close to the profit target, and then he gets excited. He starts counting his payout money before he even passes. So he takes a trade that isn't really his setup, and he loses. Suddenly, it's personal. It feels like the universe is robbing him. He revenge trades. He oversizes. He moves his stop loss. By the end of the day, that trader has blown the account. And the craziest part, he blames the markets. He thinks the prop firm is rigged. Now, let's say another trader. That trader doesn't talk much in group chats, doesn't flex on Instagram, wakes up, marks his levels, and waits. If his setup doesn't appear, he closes his laptop and goes to the gym. This trader's account doesn't explode upward, it climbs slowly. It's incredibly boring. He passes challenges much slower than the flashy guys on TikTok. But guess what? He actually keeps his payouts. He doesn't need to be a hero, he just executes. Slow is stability, slow is control, slow is professional. Act 5: The dopamine detox. Most struggling traders are actually dopamine traders. They open their charts because they want to feel something. They want the emotional high of catching a big move. And when the market is slow, They force a trade just to get their fix. Successful funded traders have completely detoxed from this. They don't need trading to feel alive. The real life is alive. Trading is just a business. They have developed the ultimate superpower, anti-FOMO. When they miss a massive 200 pip move, they don't feel pain. They don't feel left behind. They feel peace, because missing a trade that wasn't in your plan isn't a failure. It is a massive flex. It is undeniable proof that you are disciplined. Most traders hate the rules of funded accounts. They complain about the daily drawdowns and the lot size limits. But true professionals love the limitations, because limitations forces you to be selective. They act as guardrails, protecting you from your own worst impulses. Your goal is not to pass a challenge. Passing is just a byproduct. Your real goal is to become consistent. If you are feeling challenges right now, it is because you are not emotionally qualified for the job yet. You can't keep promises to yourself. You say you will only take 2 trades today, but you take 6. That is self-betrayal. And when you betray yourself, you lose your own confidence. It is time to stop chasing confidence and start chasing control. Comment the word funded down below if you are finally ready to admit that your biggest enemy isn't the market. It's your own lack of discipline. Subscribe to Market Sector, because we are going to keep building you into the strongest, most unbreakable version of yourself. I will see you in the next video.